I'm Michael Endler, product marketer for Google Cloud AI. Welcome to Boost Bytes, our series to teach you to supercharge your work with AI. Gemini Enterprise is your front door to AI in the workplace. One place where you can access your AI tools securely connected with all of your business data. But what does this mean in practice? I'm going to spend the next few minutes taking you on a tour of Gemini Enterprise and how it can help you and your team, from finding insights to automating tasks to building custom AI agents without any coding. We'll explore 6 components that make this possible. For simplicity, we'll call these brains, context, task force, partners, workbench, and governance. First, brains. The large language model is the brain powering the AI system. Without a capable model at the core, AI will fall flat. You need a powerful brain that doesn't just summarize data, but also finds opportunities and ways to act on them. Or a brain that doesn't just generate a video, but rather generates a video with realistic physics, interactions, and continuity. Gemini Enterprise gives you access to the latest and best models from Google today, like Gemini Pro and Veo, bringing the latest innovation from Google DeepMind to your workplace. Whatever the task, analyzing data, creating assets, or coordinating with teams, you have a top-notch brain, aka model, to help you. A brainy model is only as useful as the data and tasks it's applied to, which brings us to context. All AI models have basic knowledge from training, but that knowledge is frozen in the past. To get updated context, these models may be equipped to perform a web search or to use any data you manually attach. That's still useful, but the answers can be somewhat general, not tailored to you or your specific job roles and needs. Gemini Enterprise is different. It's connected to business apps like Google Drive, Microsoft OneDrive, Box, ServiceNow, and many more. It knows your role and how it fits within the organization, what projects you work on, when you have deadlines, and which files you have access to. Suppose you come into work on a Monday. Your inbox is overflowing, deadlines are looming, and you aren't sure where to start. Rather than spending an hour battling analysis paralysis, you can simply ask Gemini Enterprise. Because it's connected to your emails, your meeting transcripts, your files, and much more, it needs only seconds to find your priorities, letting you put your time and focus where it will matter most. Brains and context set the foundation for your task force, a library of AI agents, each dedicated to a single task to help you work. Your task force in Gemini Enterprise comprises 3 categories of agents. First, in the top row, these are out-of-box agents from Google. For example, the Deep Research Agent lets you synthesize proprietary reports, custom surveys, and other business data, creating in-depth reports that aren't just on the general topic you need, but are on the exact topic you're working on. The second row includes agents created within the organization or via its partner ecosystem. You can think of these top 2 rows in the agent gallery as top-down innovation, innovation led by the platform provider or by your organization. The bottom row is bottom-up innovation. These are solutions built by the individual employee for their individual needs. Traditionally, if an individual employee faced a challenge, they couldn't go to IT and ask for an app. Internal engineers never have the resources or time to accommodate these kinds of requests. As a result, the employee has typically been left without a solution or tempted to look at outside products, which just encourages software sprawl and shadow IT. That's where Gemini Enterprise's Workbench comes in. It's a straightforward tool for building powerful agents and multi-agent workflows, all without writing any code. For example, suppose you're a retailer with a few stores, a handful of full-time employees, and lots of part-time employees, especially during busy seasonal periods. If you're in this situation, you may not have staffing and scheduling software. More likely, you have a spreadsheet. No one wants to spend their time parsing data like this. That time is almost surely better spent on something else. That makes this a great candidate for automation with an agent. All we have to type is staff the store and in less time than it takes to run for coffee, we have our staffing table. Notice that the agent knew things I didn't have to include in the prompt, like that we needed 2 people scheduled per shift, and we need potential backups for each shift in case someone gets sick. That's because the agent is connected to my whole ecosystem of data. It knows the employee availability. It also knows our HR rules. It knows when overtime kicks in, when things need to be manually approved, and when things can be simply scheduled. All of this context and all of this intelligence is what allows it to create this table so quickly. It even knows to include a report detailing any items that need manual attention. If your job was to deal with this spreadsheet, this is obviously an awesome improvement to your day, but what's equally awesome is how easy this agent is to build. I can get a working prototype within seconds, just by describing in plain language what I am trying to achieve. This gives Gemini Enterprise everything it needs to infer the agent's persona and goals, divide its goals into subtasks, and create instructions. If the prototype needs iteration, adjustments are easy too. For example, I might want the agent to compare its candidate schedule against the last few staffing periods to ensure we're evenly distributing shifts over time. Or if several possible staffing configurations are possible, I might want the agent to create a comparison view for me to show different options. Either way, these kinds of adjustments take just a few lines of instruction, all in natural language with no coding. All of this means that from the point of view of the employee, Gemini Enterprise is one destination for seeking AI assistance grounded deeply in business data to automate all types of workflows. Likewise, from the point of view of the organization, it's a single space to scale, govern, and secure AI adoption across the workplace. That brings us to our last component. Gemini Enterprise is not just the front door to AI, it's a door with locks and keys to ensure that as AI adoption increases and use cases become more powerful, data remains safe and protected. Built on top of Google's Secure by Default platform, Gemini Enterprise has layers of protection to help you secure your business data, and also help you better govern all the AI agents across your organization. And that completes our tour. This is just a quick overview of the ways Gemini Enterprise can help your business. So if you're ready to learn more, head to the Gemini Enterprise website and register to try it for free.